Hey everyone, thank you so much for all of your positive comments and encouragement a couple vlogs back when I was diving into my YouTube ads account and showing you how some of the campaigns were able to get 50 cents per subscriber. And so I thought to follow up with this, I would show you an Instagram ads experiment that I just started running yesterday. And because this day was very uneventful, I pretty much spent the entire day working on finishing this Instagram ads account that I'm about to show you, had a meeting with my business partner, and then reviewed some YouTube content videos. And that was it. So it's one of those things where not every day as an entrepreneur slash business owner slash hustling YouTuber is actually exciting. Sometimes it really is just kind of boring, but let's make it a little more exciting by talking about ads, right? So first things first, let's go ahead and jump in here. This is the campaign structure that I'm using right now to test engagement campaigns on Instagram. So this is not a click-by-click tutorial. This is just me showing you what I'm testing and being encouraging, because once you understand how to run traffic, you'll be able to essentially go to any traffic source and apply the same strategies and principles, and that's my goal here. So here you can see we're actually eventually going to have two campaigns, and at the campaign level with Facebook, what I like to do is divvy out different targeting options. So one campaign is pretty much just going to be English-speaking countries, and another campaign is going to be non-primary English-speaking countries, and we'll just see how it does. It doesn't necessarily mean everyone here speaks English and nobody here speaks English. It's just a way to divvy it up, because I don't like asking Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or Google to change people based upon their language, because I think it's much better to just say, I want to target this country versus I want this country and people who you think speak this language. I digress. So let's go over to the ads account here so you can see what I've done. I'm following this campaign structure where I just have the one campaign at the top, and then all of my ad sets represent different audiences that I'm targeting. Now with audience sizes, something that I've been really frustrated with all the training that I've paid for and found for free, is nobody can seem to agree on how large your audience targeting should be. So here I have audiences that are 300,000 and I have audiences that are 20 million. So literally this big thing, because I really want to answer that question. I find that a lot of Facebook ads professionals do really well because they just have so much money. Like if you have over 5K to spend on Facebook ads, it's actually not that hard. It really is just comes down to your copy. Your creative becomes the ultimate variable of success, to paraphrase Gary Vee. But when you're under 5,000, there's a lot more silly technical things you have to do just to compensate for the fact that you can't let Facebook be a black box, which is really where it shines based upon the clients that I've seen in the past. And so what I'm doing here with this particular account is we're taking all of July's Instagram posts and we're putting them into this campaign. So we have 5 different ad groups. If we go back to our diagram, we have 5 different ad groups. I'm not clicking in because I'm not going to show you specifically who the audiences are. And then underneath that, we just have all of the Instagram ads. And this is pretty much a methodology you can use with almost any traffic platform. You make a campaign, you say where in the world you want to target people. Then your ad groups are going to represent different clusters of people or different ideal customer avatars. And then inside there, you just put multiple creatives, multiple ads in there, because when you're just getting started with something like myself, there's no way to know what's going to work, right? There's no way I'm going to know which one of these Instagram posts is actually going to be successful. So we're just going to put all of them. And you'll see here at the bottom, I already have 3 that were not approved. And I'm selecting one ad set, but all of these, all 22 or 24 ads are in each ad set. So really the only variable here is the audiences in each ad group. And Facebook allows you to optimize your campaign budget across all the ad groups. So I'm kind of letting Facebook take the reins in terms of which post and audience combination they think is going to work the best. So I have a couple that were disapproved. I tried to get them reapproved and Facebook was like, no, we were right the first time. These ads suck and we don't want them to run. Okay, they didn't say suck, but they pretty much said these aren't allowed to run. So I'll just go ahead and turn those off. And so I'll be updating you as this campaign goes, but I did want to show you how I get started with a completely new advertising platform or a completely new account or business. So this is on my personal, of course. I would never take this strategy and apply it to a client account. If a client needs to promote stuff, we just follow what we know works. And this is a way where if you don't have anything, I mean, it's just you pick your location, you pick what audience you want to target, and then you put your best foot forward and you see what happens. And literally that's it. There's no guarantees. There's really no guarantees with advertising. And that leads me into the second thing I wanted to share with you as I just sit here and talk at the end of the day, because today was just a boring, super boring work day. Welcome to entrepreneurship, right? And that is the difference between sales and branding. I think a lot of entrepreneurs look at what I do with YouTube ads and they look at what I do with this and they go, yeah, that's great, but what about your sales? Well, unless you're running traffic directly to a paid offer and you have thousands of dollars to do that, then you're probably going to have to go the branding route. So I'm not quite sure how to articulate this, but a big difference between trying to grow a business that you want to be your full-time thing, like over the next 5 to 10 years, and then already having a business and needing to increase sales is astronomical, right? Because if you already have a business, the business is already making money, and you want to get more leads for that business, you want to get more customers for that business, then branding doesn't make a whole lot of sense because you're already making money, you're established. But if you're a glorified solopreneur like myself, and you're trying to break into a field, you don't have $50,000 that you're sitting on ready to just spend on advertising to acquire customers, then you need to go the branding route. You really do. I'm very, very strong on that. You need to go the branding route. And so not every campaign that you set up with advertising is going to be directly tied to making sales. So if you're already established, you already have your business, you're already making money, then yeah, focus on those KPI metrics of what's our customer conversion rates, what's our landing page conversion rates, what's our average transaction value. But if you're just getting started, you're a 1 or 2 person shop. I mean, I guess I'm a 5 person shop now. Well, that's great, but those types of campaigns cost money up here. The campaigns I'm doing cost money down here, which is why my costs are so cheap. And there's no direct correlation between what I spend on these low-cost branding campaigns and what I ultimately make when I get a customer. There's this huge gap where it's almost physically impossible to track, because there's no way for me to track someone who sees one of my YouTube ads, then watches a couple of my vlogs, and then subscribes, does nothing for 6 months, and then comes back and watches another tutorial, and then decides, you know what, I should go to his website and fill out his contact form, and then I'm going to do business with him. There have been maybe 2 or 3 clients where I've actually been able to see that progression, and the only reason I was able to was because I actually had to ask them, right? But there's some times where we'll get a new client, and we'll see that they've been on my email list for 6, 7, 8 months. But if you're trying to pay for ads right now and then get customers right now, and you need to see that entire process and you need to track every little thing, then you need to have a large marketing budget. If you're not spending more than $5,000 on advertising, then you need to throw out all of that advice on trying to run paid advertising that's directly going to correlate to you immediately closing a customer or making a sale. For the vast majority of us, we need to focus on more branding and content strategies, use advertising to accelerate that process, right? To accelerate that process, and then be patient, because a lot of people are going to take quite a bit of time to finally become a customer. Sure, you can if you have $5,000 a month, just shortchange the process, go straight to the customer. But if you don't, then you need to come over here, you need to spend some money and time on content marketing and using advertising to boost that content marketing and not expect any direct correlation or results, obviously there are other KPIs, like are people watching it, are people clicking on it, are people subscribing or following? Sure, you can do those types of metrics to make sure that your ad creative and videos are working, but that's going to take a really long time for someone to find you over here and then finally become a customer over here. So I do hope that makes sense. I just really wanted to share that because I got a little bit of feedback where I could see that people were very confused with the previous vlog where I was talking about cost per subscriber and why I was actually doing that and why I will continue to spend money on those types of campaigns, even though there's no direct way for me to track from what I've spent to how much I make or how many new clients or customers I get. So I sincerely hope you got some value out of this video and most importantly, encouragement, because you don't have to always be driving traffic when you pay for ad campaigns. It's okay if you're experimenting outside of I pay and then I immediately get a customer or make money right out of the gate, because very few people are doing this. A lot of advertising talks about doing it, but very few people can actually do this. So thank you so much for watching, and until the next, keep building the business you love.